Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. So we are here with...
This is Darren and Harley with We TJ, and this is part 5 of his 2006 Jeep TJ NSG370. It's a 6-speed manual, and we are rebuilding this. This short video right here, hopefully it's short, I just want to talk about the tools. Now you're like, why wasn't this at the beginning of the video? Because this is the first time we've done this, and as we've got a little ways into this, we're pretty sure that you're going to watch the whole video series if you're going to attempt to do this before you ever decide to take this on. And that's why I'm not concerned about this being halfway through. Actually, maybe, I have no idea how many videos there's going to be. In that printed off manual, it shows this list of tools that you're going to need. I'm going to come right up there, but we're going to go over some of the tools that are needed. And like I said, it was close to $1,400, a little under $1,300. The tools look like, well, they came when I pressed order, a Snap-on logo came up. They're super high quality tools. I'm not saying they're distributed by Snap-on, so that's some of the reason why you're paying the price you are. But I want to go through this list of things that we've already noticed you absolutely need, and some things that you probably could get by with. I think they're going, okay, let me show you this stand. Grab the camera, walk around with me. Okay, so I got this manual, swing around here. Show them the stand. The stand right there is $315.78. Now this came right out of the back of that manual. It shows you all the tools that you're going to need. But I'm going to discuss this now that we've been into this a little bit. I'm going to tell you which ones you're absolutely going to need. This one right here, I know it's $316, but unless you have one of these that you can copy the dimensions, you could actually make that out of plywood. You could make it probably for $20.
Not with today's lumber prices.
Well, yeah, that's right. Not with today's, but you're going to have someone to copy it off. And it is what it is. Okay, you're going to need that stand. The next, let's go right down through here. This bearing splitter, that's a no on that. Even if you do need it, we're not going to need it because the option we're going. We are actually replacing our input shaft. We're putting a new one on, so we're going to be pressing a new bearing onto my new one. So I don't need to pull the old bearing off that. Or yes, yeah, that's right. That's correct. I think the bearing's on that. Right? Yes, the bearing's on it. Jeez, I'm sorry. I haven't pulled it apart, so I was second guessing myself. But I do know that goes between the input shaft. There's actually a gear that's made onto part of that, and that's to help pull that bearing off. So we're not going to need that. But even if you did, you could go source that from somewhere else and get it significantly less than that. Let's go down through these tubes. I'm going to do you guys a big favor. I think I'm going to. Every one of these right here that we come up to, these are bearing and seal installers. I'm going to give the length, I'm going to give the ID and the OD. So that way, if you did choose to make these out of a pipe, or if you had a big seal installer tool kit, that should get you by, and there's quite a few of them. So right off on this first page, you're going to need that right here, which is this. The second thing is this right here, this tool right here, and let's walk over and look at it. Now I chose to buy this because I don't have that many pullers, and I figured it was an OTC puller. But this here, I will tell you, this thing is expensive. This is separate, and look at the price. It's $156.24, whatever. So this is a cheap little tool. Cheap, expensive little. Oh man, this is on there forever. Okay. So what this does is it's going to pull a bearing on the inside of one of these cases. Now, the other guy that I saw remove it chose to go the route of not buying this, and he had to cut his out with, he had to go in there and cut the race out with a die grinder or what have you. It was not pretty, and I already know I've removed similar things, and so much so when I pulled it out, it says pinion seal remover. This is not even intended for that. We will definitely use this for other things.
On axles and stuff.
I mean, it has, we've already messed with it, how much you can spread it. You can make this thing big. We will definitely use this. And I don't mind having additional pullers. This one came here. So you actually, you could actually buy this separate. Oh, nice. Look at that. So it's fractional. This is not metric. So
well, the thing I zoomed in was,
yeah. So the reason why I'm saying that is a person could easily adapt another slider or puller onto this. They just got to figure out what thread that is, and I'm assuming a lot OTC makes a lot of these pullers, and this probably would hook right up to another puller.
yeah.
I think you're going to need that, and I think you'll use it for another one. So on the first part of this, you got two tools that you're going to need. Okay, on the back, we've already used this, guys. Where is it? We already put it away. You're going to have this one right here. No ifs, ands, or buts. It is not worth taking your time. This is made out of tool steel. It's super heavy duty made. There's a bearing. I gotta be honest, for what they're charging for, I can't remember. I'm thinking that's the wrong price. I think I got a little bit less than that. Didn't I? I'm thinking
120 or
yeah. I think it was like $110, $120 is what, because I bought all these from one company. Okay, we got a couple other pullers. I'm gonna give you the measurement and IDs as we use them. What else do we got? I already covered that. Right here, I ordered this one here. You're gonna have a tough time sourcing that one.
And that's a handle?
Well, I'm assuming it goes. I'm assuming this pops in. Oh my goodness! Come on! I'm assuming it pops in the back of these, so that way, as you're driving the seals, come here. For example, let's say you are driving a seal down in the side, down into one of these. It gives you an extension. So, I mean, yeah, you can just use a piece of cold roll or something to go around and hit the face of that. I was just like, why not? It's only 20 bucks. I'm gonna go ahead and see what it's about. All right, so just showed up from High Gear. That's that. So remember me talking about that bearing splitter right there? Well, there's going to be a bearing that sets on that right there. And
a C-clip probably with their
yeah, probably. So if you're gonna choose to reuse your original, you're gonna need a bearing. Now, we're not replacing everything, but I've been advised that those things are notorious for making a lot of noise. We fully covered that. We covered the puller, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay. We were covering this. We will give the dimensions for it. We'll cover. Oh, is that what it was? Here we go.
We've already essentially done it.
We covered the handle as to why I chose to go with. Now the puller. Now it's supposed to have that little hook in there, but mine didn't come with it. So, oh, this is what I wanted to mention. I'm glad I remembered. See, I show this one right here. When I punched in on eBay, there's a few companies that are selling these tools on eBay and like for triple the price of what you can get it for. For example, this right here, this seal installer or hub installer, it costs $36.22 through this company, whatever, the Snap-on company. The one on eBay was a little over $100. I remember that. I found a couple of them on there for over $100. So there's some people really trying to get some big money out of some of this stuff. Insane. Oh man, I know this was supposed to be a short video, but and the last thing right here. So
Custom.
you're gonna have to figure out some way to press you're gonna fifth and sixth gear to service the synchronizers here. Fifth and sixth gear have to be pressed off. So we went and picked this up here from a local steel shop. Harley sanded it and painted it yesterday. Nothing that wasn't necessary, but
Well,
it'll keep it from rusting out here. And
keeps all the crud off of gears too.
so you're gonna have to have 5 inches OD in here. Now the other gentleman that we watched, and there again, I loved his series, loved his humor. He used round pipe, and I chose to go with rectangle. And here's the reason. Come over to the.
It's not gonna want to fall off the edges.
Yes, the square pipe is going to set on there better. I don't need to put any support underneath of it. And let's come over here because we're going to end up using these. So this is going to end up setting up here just like so. And this will rest.
Perfect.
Fifth and sixth gear will come underneath here. I think I'm going to make a board or something so as these as that goes down and breaks away, that these are not flopping away. You guys will see what we end up doing, because that was, I saw what happened to him, and I want to make sure that doesn't happen to us. Now he lined his with cardboard. We will be doing the same, and he put a rag down on the bottom. Genius. Really smart idea. This right here cost us $39. Yeah, I can't believe what steel costs now. But we'll use this. We'll use this for a lot more other projects, and it's great to have around the shop. Okay, so I covered that you're going to need this. So right now, the things that you're going to have is you're up to $316. We're going to assume that you can source all these other things out of things that are around your shop or what have you. I bought them. I bought everything on this here except for that. I bought all them, and I purchased all those. The reason is I yeah, I'm in I guess I'll say we're in a little bit better position than I used to be. At one time I would have tried to do this without any of these. So but either way, so let's cover this again. You're gonna need this. I don't think there's, I know I've heard guys say that they went up there and pressed it out. You're taking a really big chance of breaking your case without that. I would not try to do it without that. You're gonna need this guy right here, but if you're servicing your synchronizers, you're not gonna need it if you're just doing bearings. Well, bearings in your cases, and you can get that through eBay. That one. Guys, I know 44 Mechanics showed getting his out without this, but I've done similar things to what he did, and I can tell you it's an absolute pain in the hind end, and I'm glad I went ahead and spent the money for that. You're gonna need this stand mechanism there. And am I missing anything else?
No.
I don't think so. So you're up to 315, 560. $800, about $830, $840. So yeah, it's still pricey. You're probably you're probably pushing $900 into tools that you're going to need. But almost everything that we bought, except for this thing right here, down here, the transmission stand, everything that we bought will be used again. What are we up to for time?
It's almost 7 minutes.
Okay. A couple things that you're going to need outside of this. You're going to need a full selection of standard tools. You're going to need a 3-paw big puller. Am I missing anything else? E-torques. You're gonna need E-torques.
Yes. Very
Something better than this trash.
essential.
This would that come from O'Reilly's?
Mm-hmm.
Absolute garbage. Yeah, not good. Dead blow hammer.
Yep. As with anything.
You're anytime you're working on stuff like that, you need dead blow. What else? Snap ring, pliers.
And of course, just a typical vise or situation to hold it.
If you're servicing the shafts, the synchronizers.
So general point, don't buy one of these from a scrapyard because you haven't heard the transmission, and if it's over 50,000 miles, as we've already found out, it's probably already marbles. So
yeah, so he brought this up off camera about buying a scrapyard one, and I was like, well, that's why we bought all the tools, because we didn't want to buy one from a company that refurbished them, because we thought we'd be getting somebody else's 200,000 or 300,000 mile transmission, and then the ones from the scrapyard, since these are kind of a finicky transmissions, especially the 05 and 06, supposedly the 06 started getting better. His is a really late model 06, almost be going into 07. But Harley brought up a really good point as to why we didn't go down that road with a scrapyard.
So what we've heard about the 05, the main problems are popping out of reverse and not grinding, but noise in third and fifth gear. And then 06 does not have problems with reverse, but still has problems with third and fifth gear.
Right.
So
now ours, I will say one thing. Ours sounds like it's a little bit more of a uncommon issue. Mm-hmm. It sounds like, what he said, reverse, first gear, it's something like that. Ours is a little bit different. He has no issues with first and reverse and all that. He doesn't have any issues there. We just got a growl or whatever up in speed, and of course third gear has something going on there. But all right, we're gonna get this sucker done.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.